Hey guys, welcome to United, welcome to another video, and today is post the Barcelona Napoli game. There is a lot of stuff that I want to talk about today. This is going to be, as you guys are seeing me right now, or as you guys are hearing me right now, it's going to be very chill. I'm not mad or fuming, and I think that yesterday I left that very clear. Maybe yesterday I was a bit too excited for how the game went. But you also guys have to understand that I think that we did do what we needed to do, which was get over the line. Like, my opinion of it is that if this was, the beginning of the season and this is how we wanted to play, I would be worried. But seeing as this is the end of the season, we only have, at most, 3 games remaining. There's not many changes you can do right now. If you didn't do the changes before, there's no point in changing things right now. The best thing that we can do right now is to compete at our highest level possible, to be committed, to have every single member of the squad committed, both players, technical staff, coach, everyone needs to be committed 100% with the project. And that is the most that we can hope. We can think about next season in 3 games max time. Other than that, I think that it's a lot of the criticism that I've seen. Some of it has been justified. I think it's justified and it's fair to say. I don't agree with all the criticism that's been said, but I can see where it comes from. But some of it, I'm like, where did this come from? Like, where is this coming from? What did you expect? Like, I know that the second half wasn't particularly great against Napoli, and I know that we did get pushed back. But it's not only that we got pushed back, it's that we decided to play from the back, that we decided to stay back and counter. That is a valid strategy. That we didn't perform it the best way possible, I agree. I think that the one sub that we actually needed to bring in was Ansu Fati, if you're going to do that, to put pressure on Napoli, taking off Griezmann or Suarez. Probably more Suarez, just because Griezmann was doing a lot more work in defense. But in the first half, I think that Barcelona were not fantastic by any means, but they were good. Like, we were clearly the better team in the first half. If we'd have played two of those first halves, I don't think we should have seen any criticism, and I don't see anyone talking about what happened during the first half. Everyone's just staying with what happened during the second, and I think that's a bit unfair, because we did the job in the first half. We got a goal that was, I think, a rightly goal. Like, I don't see the handball. I've been looking at that from Messi, and I don't see him controlling it with the hand at any moment. I don't see him handling it with the hand. If he would have touched anyone in his arm, I would have said so, because that's what the ruling says. But I honestly don't see where he touched his hand. Maybe I'm not seeing something. If you guys have seen a better angle, please link down an image or something so I can see it better. But I don't see it. Also, that I recognize, maybe like the first goal was, I think it's up for debate whether it was a foul or not. Whether it was or not, Napoli still needed to get a first goal, and Barcelona were dominant. Like, we were dominant after 5 to 7 or 8 minutes. We started to be dominating and pushing them back. We moved the ball at a decent speed, and I think we'll have to consider that, yes, Riqui Puig did not start and Riqui Puig did not play, because Riqui Puig, well, if he would have started, that would have been something. But anyone wanted to bring in Riqui Puig at the 60th minute with how the game was going, I have no idea what you people are thinking. Because Riqui Puig for me is a player that, if you're going to play counter, attacking football against Napoli, which is going to demand a lot of physical, a lot of traveling back and forth, then I don't think Riqui Puig is the player that you need to bring in at all. I think Monchi was the right decision. I would have brought him sooner. I understand to a point that still didn't want to change the dynamic, because, bringing a player always, takes him 5 to 10 minutes to get into the game. At least 5 minutes to get into the game. And a lot can happen in 5 minutes. Some players were kind of tired. It's obvious, because they're 31 years old. Because the game did mentally, I think more mentally than physically, tire them out quite a bit. And being under that much pressure of having to receive cross after cross after cross and defend. That mentally tires the players out, and that could fatigue them, also affect them physically. I don't think that, a lot of people saying that physically the players were shot, but I was like, no, this is more like they're mentally tired. Like, I think physically they should be completely fine. They got 13 days of rest, In the training sessions, I'm sure that they've been good enough, or at least the preparation has been pretty decent. But I don't think that they've killed them in training, so I don't see why they should be physically tired. Like, I know that Barcelona can hold on for a whole 90 minutes. They cannot do it a whole season, and that's been my criticism all these past season and the one before that. But in one-off games, I think Barcelona is more than capable of playing a couple 90-minute games perfectly fine. Maybe not 100% intensity, because I don't think Barcelona is able to play at 100% intensity every single game, or any game. But we are able to play pretty decent games, at least for 70 or so minutes. I think, like I said, Setien in his post-match press conference, I think, left it very clear that Barcelona did look to sit back and counter. It's something that I would normally criticize, except that you're playing Champions League football. This is not La Liga. This is not a 38 match day competition where you can afford to make mistakes. No, this is a competition where if you make a single mistake, you're out. You're out and you are going home. We needed to go to Lisbon. I think that it would have been horrible. Setien would be sacked if he lost to Napoli, let's be all honest. There's a difference between losing to Bayern and losing to Napoli. Let's all be honest here. We saw what happened to Sarri. Sarri was pretty much going to say, loses to Lyon, it's out of the door. So, it's something that we have to analyze. Am I agreeing that Setien is... Am I here defending Setien because I'm a Setien voucher or something? No, I'm not. And I'm not... like I said, I don't agree with everything Setien did yesterday. But for one, I'm not a coach. And secondly, I can understand why you guys would criticize him, and I can understand why he did the things that he did. To a point. I might not agree with them, but I can understand them. And that is more than I can say for some people calling him Ernesto Setien, although I have done it sometimes and I'm guilty of that, but you know, I don't understand the criticism with Setien yesterday. At least not the heavy criticism saying like he promised to do something and he's doing something different. Like, he has given Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati more opportunities than Valverde ever did. He's trusted in them in a tough part of the season, and I think that should be given merit. I already explained what Riqui Puig didn't play, and I think that that's a valid point. I don't know why Fati didn't play. I don't know why Suarez lasted 92 minutes in the game. But hey, to a point, I can see it. We got the game through. We managed to get everything through. Mentality-wise, we were already into the game. Like, we came out strong. We got our first 3 goals in the first half. We finished with a 3-1 lead. And it was just defending. If we did concede a goal, we would have gotten into trouble. Yes. But the problem is that they really weren't causing us any problems until Milik came in, which was the last 10 minutes of the game. Because Napoli, like I said, crossing to Mertens against Napoli and against Piqué and Lenglet, it's not a very good idea. It's not a game plan at all, and that was going to never cause us any problems. We did concede a lot of chances, but they were not clear-cut chances. Napoli didn't deserve to win this game. I think people have to understand this. Napoli did not deserve to win this game. Some people are angry also that Setien didn't let Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati go to the playoffs if he wasn't going to play them. And I'm bemused that I have to explain this and people don't understand why he didn't let go of those players, especially when you already have the explanation on it on that same game, on the playoff final, which was, I might use them, I might not use them, but I would have them, and if they get an injury, they're out. I'm not going to be able to use them. And we saw that with Araujo. Araujo barely was match fit to play this game and probably is still not match fit, completely 100%. Whether he uses them or not, they are options that he's probably going to use at some point or another. But if they would have gotten injured, no more of those players. And if they would have gotten injured, it would have been like, how did Setien allow the players to go through and go to the playoff final because we would play the Champions League? So, it's like a lose-lose situation here. He doesn't have any chance of winning here because either he does one thing and gets criticized for it, or he does the other and gets criticized for it. So, whatever, he does what he does. Also, something. I know the game from you at Rakitic wasn't spectacular, wasn't the best in the world. He did commit a penalty. It kind of silly at that. But we have to understand, first of all, Rakitic is not a natural DM. He's played there sometimes. But we also have to understand, that midfield from Barcelona was not the best midfield, at least defensively. Because we were lacking one key man. probably two, but one key man, especially in that midfield. Arturo Vidal. When Rakitic plays next to Arturo Vidal, the life is much easier. Life is much easier. I could probably play DM when Vidal is next to me. Because Arturo Vidal fixes so many problems in defense because one, his intensity is contagious to everyone else around him. His teammates are going to run more when Arturo Vidal is running constantly during the game. Arturo Vidal is a machine that's going up and down, defending, pressing, countering, doing all the bits for Barcelona. Also, we were lacking our natural DM and starting DM for Barcelona, Sergio Busquets. We're going to get those two back for the game against Bayern. I think that we're going to see a very different game for Barcelona. The criticism for Suarez. I think Suarez in the first half was good. Was above what I expected. Like, at least he was able to run some more. Maybe associate with Messi a bit. Like, he wasn't spectacular, like I said. I don't think very few players were spectacular yesterday. But overall, no one was a complete disaster like they were making out to be. Then the second half, yes, it looked worse because we were starting from 50 yards out. We know Suarez starting from 50 yards out, it ain't gonna work. But overall, I think that is what it's good. It went yesterday. I think that in terms of control, we had the game under control for most parts of the game. During the Champions League, it's gonna be very tough to get complete control of a game. It's pretty much never happens. There's always gonna be 10 minutes or so where the other team, it's gonna get their chances, and if they manage to bury the few of them that they have and you have multiple chances and you don't put them away, you're out. And that's what happens. I think that the game against Bayern, a lot of people are like saying already Bayern are gonna absolutely humiliate us. If we play like that against Bayern, we're gonna be out. And I agree. If we play like that during the second half, like we did against Napoli, against Bayern, we're gonna be out. But I think that this is something that's never gonna happen because, for one, I'll be surprised if by halftime we scored 3 goals against Bayern. I don't think it's gonna be a highly scoring game. Probably I'm here. I'm just jinxing it. It's gonna be like a golf festival 5-4. But I think that it's gonna be a very close game, meaning that Setien is not gonna sit back, especially when there is Robert Lewandowski and Thomas Müller arriving into the box to header those chances. I think that we are going to get much more of the ball. I think that we're going to press a lot more during the game. And things are going to be different. I think we just sit back because it was Napoli. It wasn't Bayern Munich. It was Manchester City. We are playing against a team that we could hold off for a bit. Now, against Bayern, things need to change. And I think things will change. I think that the game against Bayern is the one that's going to truly tell us how we're looking to play if we are to go through to the next stage of the Champions League. We have our next game on Friday against Bayern in Lisbon. Previous to that, we're going to be seeing the other quarterfinal games. And we'll be following all of that here in the channel. I'm going to be doing the match reviews for those games. Probably talking about things for the Champions League. If you guys want me to do another match preview, let me know. I'm still thinking about it. But I don't know if doing a match review or a match preview for the game that's going to be very, very controversial. I think that's not probably the best idea, but I'll think about it. Guys, let me know, guys, in the comment section below if you guys want the match preview. And when it's done, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next one, Blaugranas.